guys, welcome back to Ohio Trapper. We've had a rough week on the line this week. Freeze and thaw killed us. We're supposed to get somewhere between 4 and 8 inches of snow tonight, so I went ahead and pulled those muskrat traps I had out on that pond. I want to say thanks to the guys that are watching the channel, and I've had a lot of good feedback from you guys. I've actually had 2 people get a hold of me that know me and said, hey, I got places you can trap. So that's pretty cool. That's probably going to happen here real soon, depending on what this storm does. I don't know what this storm does, but tomorrow's it for land trapping. The last day of January, it's over. So I have no more coon sets out. I have nothing. So I figured I'd take this time to talk to you guys about the coon traps that I run, the dog proofs. Now your regular leg holds, you take your pick on any number 1.5, 2, number 1.5, 2, whatever you want to run, that's fine. But I run primarily a dog proof. And I have 3 types of dog proofs that I run, and I just want to review each one of them, kind of go over them with you guys and tell you what I like about them, what I don't like about them, my favorite out of the 3. I'm going to go with that trap for the rest of the dog proofs that I buy. So we'll go through. I just pulled all these traps. As you can see, they're all laid out here on the ground, just piled up, all mixed the dog proof traps here, and I've got the Freedom brand FB1 trap, the Duke dog proof, and Z trap. And for my regular leg holds for traps on my blind sets and pocket sets, I use double jaw Duke 1.5. That's just what I prefer. I don't do anything to them. I set my pan tension light, and it's a great coon trap for the money. It really is. So I've had a bunch of questions of people, a lot of deer hunters even. I want to buy some dog proof traps. I've got coon eating up my corn. What's a good way to do it? I've got a box trap. I've got this. Dog proofs is the way to go. They really are. They're quick, easy, simple, done. Like with this trap, you just put a stake down through there, put it in the ground, set it. You're gonna catch coon this way. The trick for dog proofs is put them on the trails. They're gonna walk right over your trap. They're gonna stick their hand down in there. They're gonna get caught. That's the way it is. Like I said, I run 3 different types of traps. We'll start with the Freedom brand FB1 trap. This is a push-pull trigger. This is my least favorite that I run. Yes, it's made in America. I've had more problems with this trap than any of the traps that I have. It's a good trap. I mean, quick, easy set. What I do like about it is it's flat here. It allows it to sit on the ground, and a kid or somebody that's just not that strong can step on this trap on the ground and set it. That's what I do like about that trap. But this being my least favorite trap is for this reason right here. Sometimes this piece will get off to the side of that trigger, and I've had numerous times where I'll show up and that trap is empty. The trap's set, it's empty, but that piece is off the side of the trigger and it doesn't fire the trap. That's my biggest complaint with this trap. There's a bolt up here, and you can tighten that up, take the play out of it, tighten that up. It's just more maintenance than I want in a dog proof. They're good traps. I've got 3 dozen, 4 dozen of these, something like that. But they're good traps. Just my least of the 3. My least favorite of the 3. The Z-trap. Z-trap, another really good trap. This is a push-pull trigger as well. I like this trap. Easy to set, but not as easy as the FB1. You just push the, real easy to set. It's pretty self-explanatory. Set it down in there, move your trigger. So no matter which way it goes, it'll either go down or up. There's a notch in the dog. Fires the trap. Super simple. The trick to the push-pull trigger dog proofs, don't fill these things up all the way. I learned that the hard way 2 years ago, especially in the fall where you get a lot of freezing rain. If they're wet, the cat food gets wet. What'll happen is you'll get a cold snap and that wet cat food will freeze in here. So the coon's just barely got his hand in this trap and he pushes that thing down and it fires and you've only got him by a fingernail. You'll show up, no coon, trap will be pulled out laying on the ground. For that reason, I'm really starting to shy away from the push-pull trigger style dog proofs. It's a good trap. It's a good trap, but I've had these, I use cat food. Simple cat food is all I use in my dog proofs, but for the wet, the freezing, don't overfill these traps. Make them stick their hand down there on these push-pull trigger styles and fire that trap. I get in a hurry. I overfill it sometimes. It's just, this is probably my second favorite of the three, but this is a dependable trap. This is something I would absolutely probably buy again. My most favorite that I have, the Duke dog proof trap. It's a pull only tile trap. Obviously it's pull only. The trigger has to go up to release the dog. This thing, you can fill it to the brim because they can push down on it all day long. They can push down on this trap all day long. It's not going to fire. When they get down to that trigger and they grab a hold of that trigger and pull up with that last bit of dog food or whatever, cat food, the trap goes off. Their hands on the dog, the trigger. Their hands on the trigger. They've got 2 inches of their arm in that trap when it fires every time. That's why I like this style of trap. It's lately in the foothold world, Duke's been doing their best to keep up with the MBs and this, that, and the other. And people prefer one trap to the other. Like I said before in another video, I run every brand of trap pretty much. This Duke dog proof trap to me is the best one made, in my opinion. This is the one. So that's how I run mine. I paint them white. This one's caught, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 coon. It's back to brown, but I paint all mine white. But like I said, for the money and for the least amount of problems out of your dog proofs, Duke dog proof's the way to go. I'm not sponsored by nobody. I just my personal opinion, guys. Everybody has theirs. I've run at least 3 dozen of each one of these, and that's that's my personal opinion on this. So I figured I'd take a time. I just picked up some peat moss today. I'm gonna fill up my buckets with peat moss and get rid of that freestall issue that I'm having out on my coyote line. And I've seen these. I said, well, let me make a video of those guys out there looking for these dog proofs and which ones to buy. There's a bunch of different ones now, and some of the old timers, they've got their own, and I'm all about easy and efficient. What's effective, what's not. I use rebar stakes. I set trails, fill them with cat food, maybe put a little bit of lure on every other one in a certain area or whatever. But I don't try to call coon to my dog proofs. I stick it on sign, and 9 times out of 10, you'll come back the next day or two and you'll have a coon. But like I said, the FB1, good trap. Issues with the firing mechanism on it. I've had issues with it. Z-trap, issues with the freestall. And them pushing down on the whole pile of bait, setting the trap off, getting out of the trap because it wasn't a good catch. The Dukes, no issue. I've not had an issue with this dog proof. So, just food for thought. You guys out there wanting to get into dog proof and trying to figure out what's going on. So, I'm going to be setting some more muskrat ponds here soon. Hopefully, we'll see if this storm moves in and 6 to 8 inches of snow on these ponds. I'm probably going to hold off, but we're definitely going to go after some coyotes, maybe pull the snares out. If we do get that snow, I'm definitely going to go set some of my other properties where I know there's still canines, and we may set out a snare line. So until then, guys, I appreciate all the views and the comments, and I'm actually getting more reactions to this YouTube stuff than I ever figured I would. So it's really cool. So like and subscribe if you want. Leave me a comment. Leave me a tip. Tell me what you use. Tell me if you've had the same problems. I'm interested in hearing from everybody. So, all right, guys. Until next time, thanks.